Okay, so the last section is called Enjoy. I know, I can hear you asking it. You're like, oh my goodness, what has enjoy got to do with the topic about sex and relationships? Well, we've talked a little bit about God creating the gift of sex, about two becoming one flesh, and that's like a picture of the covenant love that God has for us, the way he binds himself to us in loving faithfulness forever. We are his forever. But actually sexuality is also a gift, and we live in a culture that can kind of give the message to young people that because sexual desires can feel crazy, and hormones and dopamine and testosterone can just come out of nowhere, for young people. Sometimes young people can feel that the sexual part of them is bad news, particularly if they're asking questions about their sexual identity. So I think it's really good in this session when we're talking with girls, particularly older girls, is to help them realise that their sexuality is a gift from God that isn't actually just about their sexual orientation. It's about their creativity. Our sexuality, God gave it to us because it's the desire he put deep within us that means that we want to connect with other people. Whether it's in a romantic way, or in a friendship way, or in a familial way, that deep desire within us, God put that there so that actually we're not robots, that we do want to speak to people, that if we see someone in trouble, we will go and reach out to them, even if they're a complete stranger. I mean, why does that happen? My husband and I were walking through the high street where we live, and there was a man lying on the road. And a few of us suddenly spotted it at the same time, and he was a complete stranger to us. But we all rushed over to help him. We called the 999, a complete stranger, and yet we responded. Now that's got nothing to do with sex, but that's got everything to do with the fact that we're created in the image of God, who reaches out to us and puts within us the potential and the desire to reach out to others. And so it's really important when we're talking with young people about sex that they know it's not just about the physical act between two people. Maybe it's nice to have chats with young people that say, that's sexuality God placed within you. That's the desire within you to get to know somebody new, to be kind to somebody, to comfort someone when they're upset. So when was the last time you did that? When was the last time you sat somewhere and thought, oh, I'll go and talk to them, or I'll become their friend, or I'll just check in and see how someone's doing? Now that's really amazing, isn't it? And it'd be really great for a young person to kind of enjoy that dimension to themselves. Oh yeah, actually, every time I care for someone, I'm being a bit like God. Every time I make friends with somebody new who might be on their own, I'm being a bit like God. It's got nothing to do with having sex, but everything to do with being a sexual being. And so it'd be really nice, wouldn't it, for you to think of different ways that you as a group could celebrate the personalities of the girls in your group, but also for you as a woman, as a leader, and all the different roles and relationships that you have with people. Celebrate the fact that God made you as you. And actually the way that you reach out to the girls in your group is part of how God made you. It's a desire he put within you to connect with young people and to help them become everything that God created them to be. So however you use this resource, I hope that you feel encouraged. I hope that you do go and get that Encounter Sex and Sexuality session out the back of your box, dust it off, have a read of it, see how excellent it is, and think of ways that you could use part of this resource in some of the sessions that you have with girls, and just see how they respond, and respond to the questions that they have. Sometimes we can be afraid that with these big topics, it's like we're lifting the lid of something and we don't know what's about to come out. But you can trust God. You've got your safeguarding policies in place. You've got your best practice in place. You're going to create a safe environment where young women know that if they do disclose something that they're being hurt or harming themselves, they know what would happen next. But actually give the girls in your group a chance to talk about all these pressures they feel under. Just let it come out. And you're going to begin to be able to equip girls and empower them to live differently. Wouldn't it be amazing if a conversation in one of your girl GB groups meant that actually a young person at some point made a decision to value themselves, to protect themselves, to say no, and to help other girls as well do the same thing? Wouldn't that be amazing if that was the outcome of one of the sessions that you ran? So have fun.